You ever be in a situation, you go, I don't know what to do. But in the end, you always make a choice, don't you? Try it. Because everything in life is a choice. And you're free to make a new choice in every moment. You just don't see it that way. You think that you're bound by the past. We all do. We've all been conditioned. We've been domesticated to believing that our fate is our fate. But we can make a new choice at any moment, which will change the whole directory of our life. I know that when I was being brought up, my parents thought, well, Lee, you could be a fireman, a policeman, you can be a city worker. Why? Because that's what my dad was. Mom and dad didn't think I was that smart. So they had no hopes of me going to college. However, when I graduated high school, I made a different choice. I chose to go to college because why? Number one, I wanted to get the frig out of the house. And once I got to college, I was surrounded by different people who were not domesticated into the way that I was. So that choice led to a whole different life than anything I could have imagined. Later in life, at the age of 54, I made another choice. I left the corporate world and I made a choice to go get a master's degree and set my life on a whole new direction. And so what I'm telling you this is because life is about constant choices. Every moment of every day, you are free to make a new choice. There was a time in my life, about year number 7 or 8 in my marriage, I made a choice to get divorced. And I talked to my mother as I was about to send my wife home from Rhode Island back to Michigan. And my mom told me it was the stupidest thing you've ever decided, Lee. You'll never find anyone who loves you as unconditionally as your wife does. You should rethink this. That stirred something in me. And I rethought it and I asked my wife to stay. And I made a new choice and she agreed, let's try to work this out. And we did. And here we are, going on 52 years of marriage. Choices are always there. You just don't understand that you have the ability to make them. And you're not bound by what anyone else thinks, because you have to make your choices align with what you value the most. And in doing so, you determine a purpose for living. My purpose for living is simply to become more aware. And while becoming more aware, to teach. While teaching, to build interpersonal relationships. Doing all of that with a healthy body and financial freedom. I gave you everything that I live for right there in that one sentence. Because I've made that choice. I've committed to that choice. Here's another thing. I'm free to choose something different if I want. At this time, I choose not to. So realize that no matter what is happening in your life right now, you're free to choose to respond differently to it. And when you respond differently, you're going to have a whole different experience. But if you keep responding the same way you've always responded, guess what? Deja vu. Your life will be in a constant gigaloop. It won't change. I don't think that's what you want. Every one of us wants to have a higher expression of love, a higher expression of life. We all want to be rising up in our level of awareness. And the only way we do that is to meet the challenges of every day through the choices we make about those challenges. Today's a great day to begin to reclaim your power of decision, your power to choose. I'll be there right with you. It's a fun journey. Let's do it together. Much love.